Hi folks, welcome to the Sabres Reloaded, the video we usually just talk about topics. And today's topic, I have it as keeping our humor. Okay, we got to keep our humor, guys, because if anything, I've seen hockey fans, they get anal. Okay, they get anal and insecure. And I think if we keep our humor, look, we had one hell of a season. The Sabres aren't the doormat of the league no more. Those days are gone now, guys. And I know if you're like me, there's still a fear that next year we could be lost overall just out of nowhere. Like, you know, that stigma that comes with, you know, being the worst team in hockey for a decade. It's gone. It's gone. So we got to keep our humor, though, along the way. We can't take ourselves too serious. As you guys know, I don't on the channel here. The only thing I take serious is the community and the self-respect among each other. That's it. Besides that, guys, I laugh at myself most of the time with my ideas. You know, but I'm going to show you a clip. Okay. Here it comes. And the shout out goes to Yahim. Yeah, I think it's Yahim Yahweh, right? I think I said that right, Yahim? Anyway, he goes, only one player in the history of this franchise that had never traded, and that is Taro Tujimoto. Oh my God! Well, I had to clip this, Yahim. I had to. God, yes. I actually, guys, I'll break that news to you. I do plan to get a Tujimoto jersey eventually. Eventually, you know, I do plan to get one. I don't know if it'll be one of my CCMs, but even if it isn't, it's okay. You know, I've got, like, I was thinking of maybe my gold one that I destroyed, the Jack Eichel one, remember? And I got all that off of it. If I could maybe send that in eventually and maybe hook up myself with that. Now, I want to talk about this, guys, because keeping our humor in this day and age is going to be key for us to not only just get along as fans, to actually not take ourselves so bloody serious. Hockey fans love to take themselves serious. They love to, like, have their voice heard and say it in a demanding fashion so everybody knows they said it and all this stuff. And the truth is, one voice is as good as another. But I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, I clipped it out. I cut his name out because it's not fair to put this person's name. It's not fair. But this was a Sabres fan. And I'm not going to tell you where I found this or nothing, but this was a Sabres fan that said this. And I'll show you my response. Here it comes. If the Sabres trade for Hellebuck for only a year, I'd give up this year's 13th overall, UPL, and Isaac Rosen. And I respond to him, if the Sabres do that, I sure hope Adams checks himself into a rehab at the same time. Because that's how I feel. If we did a trade like that, we'd be out of our minds. Okay? We're not... I don't even remember the person's name, and I wouldn't say it anyway because it's not fair. It wasn't on my channel, so I wouldn't expose the person. But Sabres fan, I'll call you a Sabres fan. If we were stupid enough to give up that much for 1 year of Hellebuck, what signal would that send out the rest of the NHL of how much of a wuss Kevin Adams is? Or how easily he could be manipulated in a deal? What kind of signal does that send to the other general managers? Hey, call Buffalo. That guy's a moron. No, we can't be trading pieces like that for 1 year of Hellebuck. How does that make any sense when I don't even care if we get Hellebuck? So it's like, we're going to give up Rosen and a first rounder for a year of Hellebuck? No. No, I wouldn't give up a second rounder for 1 year of Hellebuck. It's not worth it. No. This isn't like Matt Tkachuk of goaltenders, folks. It's not happening. He's not going to bring us to the promised land like Tkachuk brought them. It's, you know, you got to build a team. You got to build an organization. You have to build a template of winning inside your firm, so to say. You have to do that. You can't just start tossing pieces out the window because, okay, now we got offense. Now we got this. Now we got youth. Now we got a pipeline. Let's get rid of some of it. How does that make any sense? Years ago, would have we made that trade? Years ago. 2.5 years ago, guys, would have you made that trade? No. Then why now? Why now? No. We can't do that. We can't get anxious want to win now. No, I want to win now, guys. Guys, I'm turning 60 after the summer, okay? No kidding, I want to win now. Come on. I've been following this team since I'm 9. Of course I want to win now. No, not yet. We got to be patient. We have to be patient. We got to hang on to our pieces because that's our best assets down the line to maintaining the winning. You get it? You know, you got to think the long term also, not just this year. This year we're not sitting on any kind of riches that we can afford to start throwing first rounders out the window to get 1 year of goaltending service from a goalie that might come over here and look average at best because he knows he's walking. How does that make any sense? Come on. Sabres fans, please get a clue. Ones like this, please get a clue. Care about the franchise before you care about what you want. You know? What's important is that we maintain our dignity in trades too. You know, we don't want to embarrass ourselves making a deal like that. What signal does that send to the security of our dressing room if we trade away future and a piece that we've worked on for years to get 1 year service of a goalie who might give us 40 games and look average in 20 of them? What does that say to Alex Tuck, Rasmus Dahlin? What does it tell those guys too? Not just our fans, not just other GMs. What does it tell our dressing room if we do something like this? This is something, okay? And get out of the shadow, I'm telling this Sabres fan here, get out of the shadow of Jason Botterill. This is something Botterill would do. This is why we want him to be the general manager of the Maple Leafs, okay? Okay, I'm going to go on that. We have to be very smart with our pieces. We have to value them and be stingy with them because the league kicked our face all over the place for a decade. And for us now to just start thinking that we're safe as a franchise to start giving pieces away, first round pieces, then we haven't learned nothing the last 10 years. We haven't learned a thing. No, we can't do that. We cannot go and start giving up all these first round pieces just because we want to glorify one season. No, we have to secure this franchise. So what happened the last 10 years never happens again, ever in my lifetime. I don't ever want to go through that decade again. History can repeat itself, folks, with stupid decisions. And if we start tossing things out the window, we just can't do that. We can't. So yeah, Adams would be put in rehab, I said here, if he did something like this, because look, I'm going to say I think he made a mistake with the Okposo contract, the amount of money he gave. The amount of money he gave. Can we afford it? No problem this year. That's the thing. If we were tight against the cap, would have Okposo stuck around for $1 million less? Probably. I think he would have took $1.5 million even this year. But maybe it's a thank you for, listen, you were the voice of reason. You're the guy that picked up your cell phone and called many a player when this team, after Jack Eichel pulled that stunt, that we needed some voice of reason, and we don't forget what you did for us. I mean, that I understand. 100%. 100% Okposo was there that way, guys. So I'll give credit where it's due, you know. Now, in this kind of scenario, if we did something like this, how would you guys feel if we gave up on UPL, which we can, in the deal, we can, but we're going to give up Rosen, and we're going to give up, what else did he put here? Our first rounder for 1 year? No. If you get a 4-year deal, doesn't that sound a lot better to you? It does to me. Now, Jets fans are saying, of course it's going to be a sign and trade. There's been one sign and trade in the entire NHL history. There's been one sign and trade in NHL history. That's it. And he's doing pretty good in this year's playoffs. Hint, hint. So that's the only sign and trade that's ever happened in the NHL. We're not going to get a sign and trade is what I'm saying. So we're going to have to take this guy on his word that if we get him in a deal, he's going to sign with us for like 3-4 years. Because we can't sign Hellebuck for 8 years, guys. That would be dumb. So no, it'd have to be like a 4-year deal, I figure, if we get this guy. So I keep hearing the rumors. I just don't buy it yet. I'll have to see that the trades actually happened, you know. My guess is they are definitely interested in trading with us, but the problem is the price. And I guarantee that Adams would never, ever, guys, make a deal like this, okay? So I thought this was funny. Now, guys, getting back to it all really is just keeping our humor. We got to keep our humor within each other. We got to keep our humor because, you know, it's all we have sometimes. What if we start bad this year? What if we're the brunt out of jokes for a few more months? What if? I don't think it's going to happen, but what if? What if we come out of the gate weak? What if we don't look together? What if we look lost? What if Granato looks like he's lost a team all of a sudden? That's sports. That happens. What if that happens this year? Then what do? We can't be just complaining and whining. We got to keep our sense of humor, guys, because it's the one thing I think that binds us together as fans, is that we can just roll it off of us, throw it at me, it'll roll right off me. You know, those Brennan jokes and people taking cheap shots at the Sabres, and it rolls right off me. It doesn't bug me at all because they're right, but that's all they have. They can't say you guys don't have an embarrassment of riches like we're hearing before. They can't say you don't have any talent. They can't say you don't have any coaching, any general manager. They can't say any of that now. They can't even say you don't have an owner that knows what he's doing anymore. They can't even say that because, guys, we're on the cusp. I think I'm right saying that. See you in the next one, guys.